सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। गुरुब्रह्मा गुरुविष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। ಈಗ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇನಾ?
ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಅಸತೋಮ ಸದ್ಗಮಯ ತಮಸೋಮ ಜ್ಯೋತಿರ್ಗಮಯ ಮೃತ್ಯೋರ್ಮ ಅಮೃತಂಗಮಯ. ಓಂ ಶಾಂತಿ ಶಾಂತಿ ಶಾಂತಿ.
Thank you, Jai Shri Ji. Hari Om and welcome to all the Atmajyotis, divine light of the self, with the blessings of Sadguru, our Sadguru Sri Prabhuji, and blessings from all the Gurus. We shall start today's session. Last week, I think we covered verse 9, correct? All
verse
of you were
20
there.
ತನಕ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು.
Verse 9, was it verse 9?
Verse 20. Verse 20?
No. It was talk 20, but verse?
Okay.
Who remembers? Hari Om Nasimurti Ji. So, Jai Shri, you could not complete like your understanding.
No,
like
I could not even start.
So, you have to chant verse 10. I'll share the screen, verse 10.
No, verse 9 is to be covered it.
Verse 9.
Verse 9, talk 21 has to be...
Verse 9.
Okay,
we completed till verse 8. Verse 8 was going on and going on and going on.
Okay. I think, yeah.
And talk 21 was assigned to...
Yeah, talk 21. So, it is verse 9 only then.
Yeah, Jai Shri ma'am, it was assigned to Jai.
Or talk 9. Huh? And in the meanwhile, I'll make someone who is on laptop. Anyone? I can make someone co-host, no? Anybody?
I am in laptop today.
Okay. I will make. Okay. I'll share the screen. Yeah, Jai Shri. Can chant the verse and then go ahead. Presentation of the understanding QA on talk 21. Okay.
Yeah. Sambandhani stator nasti nivartis sahajasya tu karmakshayat prabodhacha nivartet karma dube. Karma dubena.
Karma dube.
Karma dube. The natural identification between the mutually related ego and reflection of consciousness cannot be annihilated. But the other two, due to karmas and due to delusions, are eliminated with the exhaustion of karma and with direct knowledge, respectively.
This is related to talk 21, Alva. You can just give a little elaboration of this and then come up with some questions and ask in the session.
See, just like a rope, today Aropanakenu. I have prepared in Kannada today, actually, not in English.
Okay, you can tell
what
Kannada.
What is Aropa? What is Aropa in English?
superimposition.
Okay, superimposition. Just like, I mean, you see a rope in the night and you think it is a snake, but snake is the mind thinks it is a snake. The snake is superimposed on the rope in a, but it's only a rope all the time. So also it is, we are Sakshi, and body, mind, intellect is superimposed on the Sakshi, and that is the Ajnana. Once this superimposition of Ajnana, that I am mind, that I am Manas, I am Buddhi, I am intellect goes, I become Sakshi. I realize I am Sakshi and I am Brahmasmi and Ade Brahma. So the question is, go on asking yourself, who am I? Go on, I'm not this body. I'm the eternal Chaitanya. So don't impose, you don't think as light of consciousness falls on the mind gets illuminated, and the mind that becomes Druk. Druk one is Sakshi. The mind imposes the light on the body, and the Jiva becomes lighted, and it imposes on the intellect. So continuously, but we forget and we think, I am the Chaitanya, the body is the Chaitanya, whereas the real Chaitanya is the Sakshi. So keep asking yourself, who am I? Don't be in ignorance. That's, but for a Gnani Jivan Mukta, he has both Chidabhasa, he has both Chidabhasa, body and mind and Sakshi. But he doesn't operate from the point of the body and the mind. He'll be operating, he knows very well, he's Sakshi, but he, from the Prapancha Drishti, he has a body and mind. As long as he is alive, he'll be working through the body and mind, but he's not attached to it. Whereas a Ajnani thinks his body is the Chaitanya, his body is the Sakshi, his body is the Chaitanya, so the source of enlightenment, source of the light, and the superimposition of the body on the Chaitanya, that is Sakshi, happens. And till this Ajnana goes, he can't get enlightened unless you know that you have this aropa, unless you know that that there is Ajnana. How will you get Jivan Mukta? Ajnani will not get Jivan Mukta. The Gnani doesn't require it because he already knows he is a pure Sakshi. So that is it. This the only thing is Arvinalli Vyathyasa ide. It's only the knowledge which makes the difference. And you have to act from that point. Its own, you have Gnana. So
yeah, very good, very good, very nice. But this shloka actually, what actually is being said in this shloka, can anybody else elaborate on that? Jayashri ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ correct ಇದೆ. There is everything is perfect.
Talk allididu.
About this shloka, can anybody pitch in? Anupama, yeah.
Okay, I can just summarize in a few words.
About this shloka.
In the previous shloka, we were talking about the three relationship of Drk and Drshya. First one was the relationship between the Chidabhasa and the ego. Second one was second.
Yeah, see, I will. Can you see this verse 8? The identification of the ego with the reflection of consciousness, the body, and the witness is of three kinds: natural, born of past action, and born of ignorance, respectively. So the three relations. Correct. So in this, how it is being a little elaborated.
See, you cannot, the aropa of the body cannot be removed. You have to live with the with the body and the mind, but operate from the point of Sakshi.
Sakshi,
That is
Sakshi.
what this verse is saying. You have to be aware of who you are, really who you are and what you are, and operate from the Chaitanya of Sakshi point of view, and don't give importance to BMI. You cannot remove the body and the mind from the Chaitanya. It cannot be removed. It will exist. Because of that only we are able to gain enlightenment, because
Correct.
our body is an instrument. So you cannot separate these two out, but the knowledge, have the knowledge.
Understood.
That's what the verse
Yes.
says. That's what the verse
Yeah,
says.
yeah.
I got the first part
Yeah.
of
In the verse 8, it was just the naming was given. In verse 9, a little explanation of that is being given, and Anupam was trying to give that bit of explanation, right?
Yes, G. Well,
Satyam
in the
ji,
ninth verse,
I
it
did
is
not
saying
get
that
the
we cannot.
second part.
Yeah, somebody saying something?
Sorry. I just did not get the second part. So I got the first part, which says the natural between the mutually related, as you said, as Jayashree pointed out, that ego and the reflection of consciousness cannot be annihilated because we operate through that. So that can be annihilated only through knowledge. But the other two, due to karmas and due to delusion, are eliminated with the exhaustion of karma and with direct knowledge, respectively. I didn't get that. What we are trying to say here is that the karmas can be annihilated
No.
Okay.
No. So wait. So when we look at verse 8, there are three relations here, or what we say in Kannada, sambandha. Sambandha is relation only. No, three types.
Yeah.
Three types of identifications. What is that? One is ego and chidabhasa, the reflected consciousness. That is called as natural relation, or in Kannada it is sahaja sambandha. I mean, in Sanskrit also, I guess it is sahaja sambandha. The second one is body and the chidabhasa, which is karmaja sambandha, due to karma. Body born due to karma, that is past action. And then the other one is the jiva and chidabhasa, or the jiva and the sakshi, which is born of ignorance. These are the three kinds of relations, or what you say, identification, which actually appear. Then what they say in verse 9 is the first sahaja sambandha, the second one is karmaja sambandha, the third one is brantija sambandha. Brantija is like it appears like it is like illusion like. So the first one, sahaja sambandha, continues. It cannot be separated because it is, as long as mind is there, the chidabhasa is all identified with the mind. So it continues, but with the knowledge, there will be a clear understanding that I am the consciousness. But that cannot be actually eliminated. That is what, that cannot be annihilated. The other two, karmaja sambandha and brantija sambandha. See, in this karmaja sambandha, Jayashree also explained. Karmaja sambandha is body and the reflected consciousness or chidabhasa. See, when the body drops, that goes off. Till that time, it is there. There again, I am not the body. That understanding will definitely help the jiva. So the other two can be eliminated. The second one is with the exhaustion of karma. And the third one, actually, last week, if you remember, Indra was actually speaking on that, telling that there is no relation or identification with the Sakshi and Jiva. It is just an illusion. Between Sakshi and Jiva, there is no identification. It is an illusion. With the knowledge, that drops. So with the direct knowledge, this third Brantija Sambandha completely drops. Because Sakshi is always Sakshi only, witness only. That is what is being explained in this verse 9. The continuation of verse 8.
Got it. It's very clear now. Yeah.
Correct, Jayashree? Correct, Alva? Yeah, Indra also has joined. I think Indraji also. You remember Indra? Hari Om, Indraji?
Yes. Yes, Satyaji.
Yeah, last week you were explaining that there is no relation. See, what is that one term we use in Kannada? We say Sahaja Sambandha, Karmaja Sambandha, Brantija Sambandha. In English, we are using the word identification or relation. Which word we are using?
Action.
The relation
Naturally.
between
We
ego and
didn't come
Chidabhasa.
across, we didn't come across this karmaja sambandha and all.
In last week,
Last
No, no, Indraji spoke, but
maybe that the term also is not given here, but I think
It
in
is not
Guruji's
given.
talk he has explained it.
yeah.
No, in Guruji's talk it has come. Have you listened to the talk 2021, 22,
Yes.
23? He has
22,
explained.
23, no.
Sahaja Sambandha,
22.
Karmaja Sambandha, Brantija Sambandha. So is this verse 9 what is explained here clear?
Yeah.
Jayashri, have you come up with any questions on the talk 20?
Only
20 or
one
21?
question. What is the difference between Videha Mukta and Jivan Mukta?
21.
Hmm.
Yeah, anybody can answer that.
Yeah,
Probably.
Videha Mukta, that is you get the enlightenment or you get that this thing after you're dead, after the body dies. But Jivan Mukta, while staying in the body, he is Jivan Mukta. He has understood the difference between the two.
Yeah, right. Any other inputs?
The-
ನೀವೇ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಜಯಶ್ರೀ?
Ashte. There's nothing more in this.
Yeah. Indraji?
Yeah, that's all I think, Satyendra.
Okay, so ನರಸಿಂಹಮೂರ್ತಿ ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೀವೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ?
ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ವಿದೇಹ ಮುಕ್ತ ಜೀವನ್ ಮುಕ್ತ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಸಹಜ ಸಂಬಂಧ.
ಅಲ್ಲ, ವಿದೇಹ ಮುಕ್ತ ಜೀವನ್ ಮುಕ್ತ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬಿಡೋಣ. So what Rajniji has told, it's perfectly correct. But
Yes.
see, the Videha Mukta is when the body
At the time of death.
drops or dead. That is true, but from the perspective of the society. But for the person, there is no person there. The Gnani, we address as Gnani. For the Gnani, he is Videha Mukta. This one clarification Guruji has given in future talks.
Yes.
So Videha Mukta will be carrying on with his Sanchita Karma in the next birth to come?
No.
Ah,
See, the Sanchita ends when the body drops.
body ends.
But for the Gnani, there is no more identification with the body. So the Gnani as such, he is not the person.
It happens in his lifetime, whereas for this person,
He is
happens
clear
at the
about
time
that. He is Videha Mukta. But for us, for people or society, when the body drops only, then it is told as he has become Jivan Mukta, I mean Videha Mukta now. That one clarification Guruji has given.
Ma'am, isn't Sanchita drops off soon after Jnana? Maybe Prarabdha
Sanchita is burnt. Sanchita is burnt. Prarabdha will be there till the body continues.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
Rajniji, is that right?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Right. I got it. Thank you.
Yeah. But while we are telling, we tell that only. When the body drops or when he is dead, he is a Videha Mukta. That is why Guruji also gave this example of King Janaka. How come then he was called as Videha Mukta? He was still ruling the country, I mean, this kingdom. So that is when he came up with this explanation to us. So that part is clear. Okay. So, Jayashri, one question on talk 21 aitu. 1 second, Narsimurti ji. So, Vaishnavi ji has not come. She has to talk about 22 and 23. Subbalakshmi also is not there. Yeah. So, Narsimurti can go ahead with this verse 9. Yeah.
This first part, ma'am.
You want this screen sharing or shall I remove?
You can remove. You can remove.
Better alva?
Haudu.
Video will bartira. If you come on video, the audio will be weak. We'll try.
This Sahaja Sambandha between ego, reflected consciousness. is there as long as it is considered to be real. Post Jnana, this separation actually takes place at the intellectual level.
Yes.
So the moment that logical separation happens at the intellectual level, so even though that continues there, but from the perspective of Jnana, that is in the intellect, it is a certain certainty of the clarity will be there in the back of the mind, which always drives that. It is that because of which ego has got the sentience, and eventually that is passed on to subsequent things in the hierarchy.
Correct. That is why actually, yeah, through Jnana there will be a crystal clear understanding or clarity on that for the Gnani. But why it is called as Sahaja Sambandha? Because when there is a mind reflecting surface, then only the Chidabhasa comes into picture.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there is no Chidabhasa also.
When
So
there is
Chidabhasa is always
Yeah.
with the mind only. But there will be a clarity. As you say, at the back, logically, intellectually, understanding baratte.
Yes. Actually,
And that is why they call it as Sahaja Sambandha also. See, like it is like, if there is no reflecting surface, then there is no origin of Chidabhasa only, no?
yes, exactly. That is why it is so natural. Because the source is not known. Only that reflected surface is what within us.
Yes.
And it is inherently it is raising some given impression or a notion that it is rising from somewhere else, rising out of the blue.
Correct.
No, it is so natural. We think it is me, it is I am. It is so
natural. We think annodukkinna.
This is what
So natural, it is me. Think illa alli.
Think it is I am.
Before thinking, it is there.
No, I would say it is so natural, because of which mind cannot grasp it. Mind cannot understand that naturality of the relation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or we can even go to one extent of telling it is so natural. Because of this, the entire Vedantic scriptures came to us. Adilla andre, if there was no Chidabhasa, Atmajnana anta enu irtane irliಲ್ಲ.
Where would we be? Yeah.
Alva?
Howdu. It is
That
so
is-
important. It's such an important phenomenon which happened also. And people started removing the ignorance. Vedanti started removing the ignorance.
Yeah.
The
So
process.
Jayashree, you were telling that you were not aware of this the three sambandhas, like Sahaja Sambandha, Karmaja
Somehow
Sambandha,
I
and
missed it. I have
maybe
missed the.
listen to the talks 20, 21, 22, in which talk particularly it has come, I don't remember.
I have missed the points somehow.
But Narsimurthy, could you give that explanation for Karmaja and Branchij also a bit for the benefit of all? You talked about Sahaja Sambandha, so you can just give a little bit of explanation for these two also. It's
prior to that, ma'am, what I wanted to ask was a Karmaja Sambandha and Brantijanya Sambandha. So both of them have the ignorance. Am I right, ma'am, in that saying that?
Yeah, you can say that.
So karma
But in
also.
Karmaja, when we say, because we are identifying with the body,
Yes.
We don't use the term ignorance there. Because it is identification with the body.
So because of the identification with the body only comes the karma, right?
See,
Otherwise
the
there would be no
birth itself is due to the karma only, no?
Yes, that is where. That
ignorance, it
Yes.
carries the ignorance. With the ignorance, the body is born.
Yeah, body, as long as the moment body took birth, the other side of the coin is ignorance is already there.
Yeah, Rajniji, we can put it this way: due to karma, along with ignorance.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
so. The karma and I think Bhranti Janya Sambandha can be taken together if that is the case. So karma, the only additional part of karma is that the moment karma is dropped off, I mean the karma is aroused, then I think in this context, what Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi gives 3 examples, 3 kinds of people. One is gunpowder, another one is wet charcoal, dry charcoal, another one is wet charcoal. So in front of us there are many examples, like just a person met the Guru and he got the realization. They are in one bucket called gunpowder. And there is other category of people who are dry charcoal. They need some amount of fire, heat to be generated, and they will also not take too much time. They will not also need too much of effort. Whereas people like me, I go through so much suffering, so much pain and pleasures, ragadvesha, completely immersed in ragadvesha, then look back. Oh, there is a, what is it? There is a loop. Same set of things in, I mean, what is that? Emotions are same. Beneath, the underlying emotions are same, but the reasons for that, those emotions are slightly different. So in this case, like if the karma is, we can try to put it in 2 ways. When the person, while he is alive itself, because the karma is exhausted, then this Videha Mukti, the other one,
Jivan Mukta, Videha Mukta.
Jivan Mukta. Jivan Mukta can happen in this lifetime itself. Whereas, as Bhagavan Sri Krishna says in Gita, whatever karma is accumulated, it will resume in the next birth.
Correct.
So that dry charcoal, I mean gunpowder, dry charcoal, wet charcoal, all these things are somehow we can establish that relation, connectivity.
ಓಕೆ, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡ್ರೈ ಚಾರ್ಕೋಲ್, ಇನ್ನು 3 ಏನ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ ನೀವು? ಒಂದು ಡ್ರೈ ಚಾರ್ಕೋಲ್, ಗನ್ ಪೌಡರ್, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 3ನೇದು
ಡ್ರೈ ಚಾರ್ಕೋಲ್, ವೆಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಕೋಲ್.
3ನೇದಾ?
ವೆಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಕೋಲ್ಸ್.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಟಿಪ್ ಆರ್ ಐ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ದಿಸ್. Why should we, after getting to know, identify with that wet charcoal? Again, we are making one more identification. Again, we are putting one more conditioning. We need not put ourselves in the dry thing powder. But again, we are trying to put ourselves into that wet this thing, re-establishing that conditioning. First of all, talelli, I am this anta bandbutide. Nanige ಜ್ಞಾನ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನನಗಿನ್ನೂ ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿನ ಬೇಕು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ್ಮ ಬೇಕು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಕರ್ಮ ಇದೆಯೋ. We have come to a Sadguru, the end of the journey. Grace.
No, the reason I said
put one more conditioning there.
Yes.
You, at the moment you said that, nangat strike aito. People like me, who is that me? Me, you are trying to identify with that again.
Let me clarify that. ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ ಪರ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಏನಿತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ರೆಟ್ರಾಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಐ ಮೀನ್ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾರ್ಟಮ್.
ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ ಎ ಲೈಟರ್ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ಎ ಲೈಟರ್ ನೋಟ್. ಬಟ್ ಇದೇನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅನ್ಕಾನ್ಶಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಕೀಪ್ ಪುಟಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್ again and again. Unconsciously, so many things happen. See, in our day-to-day vyavahara also, unconsciously, we definitely do transactions with reference to the body, mind only alva. Now, as with the name and form ella ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. But ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, we are in this path, we are going ahead with the grace of Guru, everything. So now consciously, then and there, wherever possible, let us try to decondition.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kandit.
Very correct. Thank you so much.
Correct, Alva. This is one tip I somehow got when we attended some session with Guruji in the beginning days, conditioning, like, because why I also remember this andre, like, initially ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನೀವ್ ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ಆ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಬಂದಿರೋದು, that dry charcoal or whatever it is, powder ಹಂಗಂತ ಈಗ ವೆಟ್ ಅಂತ, it's not like wet dry or anything. Initially it was very wet, ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಹೇಳ್ದೆ ನಾನು. But ಹೀಗೆ ನಾವು ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು two of us
I have
to ourselves.
Satya,
ಅದೇ ನೋಡಿ, this thing is not established.
Hand raise, Mala, hand raise. I can't stop talking. Please forgive me. I have to tell you. Satya yavaglu ashte. Don't put conditioning. This has helped me in my journey so much. I keep using this every time, Satya ಅವ್ರದ್ದು the condition.
Why I am doing that ಅಂತದೇ ಹೇಳಕ್ ಬರ್ತಿದೀನಿ. We attended one session of Guruji at the very beginning stage. ಅವಾಗ we didn't even know what is Atmajnana, who am I ಅಂತೂ ದೂರ ಉಳಿತು. ಅವಾಗ Guruji was talking about this karma, everything. So usually ಏನಂತ ಕೇಳಿ ಬೆಳೆದಿರ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಎಲ್ಲ ನನ್ ಕರ್ಮ ಅಂತ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಇನ್ನು ಎಷ್ಟು ಕರ್ಮ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಇನ್ನು ಎಷ್ಟು ಕರ್ಮ ಅನುಭವಿಸ್ಬೇಕು. This is our general dialogues, no? ಆತರನೇ Guruji explained all that. Then two of us were just talking, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ನು ನಮಗ್ ಸರಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನು ಎಷ್ಟು ಕರ್ಮ ಬೇಕೋ. I said that ಇನ್ನು ಎಷ್ಟು ಕರ್ಮಗಳು ಇದೆಯೋ ನಮ್ದು ಅನುಭವಿಸಕ್ಕೆ, ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಕರ್ಮ ಐ ಸೆಡ್. ತಕ್ಷಣ ಗುರುಜಿ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ರು. ಇಮ್ಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ಯಾರೇ ಎದ್ರು, ಏನ್ರಿ ಅದು ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು, ಹೂ ಆರ್ ಯು, ಆತರ he started doing that self inquiry process to me. ಎಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಕ್ ಆಯ್ತಂದ್ರೆ, ಲಿಟ್ಲ್ ಬಿಟ್ ಅಟ್ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಫ್ಯೂ ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ನನಗೆ ಕಾನ್ಶಿಯಸ್ಲಿ, ವೆನ್ ಎವರ್ ಅನ್ಕಾನ್ಶಿಯಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಈ ತರ ಮಾತಾಡ್ದವಾಗ, ದ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಡ್ ಬಿಲೀಫ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ ಡೈಲಾಗ್ಸ್ ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಲಿಟ್ಲ್ ಬಿಟ್ ಟು ಸಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡ್ ನನ್ಗಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಸದ್ಗುರು ಗ್ರೇಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. ತುಂಬಾ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಈಗ್ಲೂ, ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಸೇ ದಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಎ ಡ್ರೈ ವುಡ್, ಬಟ್ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಪುಟ್ ಅವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಟ್ ವುಡ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಕೊನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ವೆಟ್ಟು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಡ್ರೈಯೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಗುರುಜಿ ಹತ್ರ ಇದನ್ನ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಇದ್ಯಾವುದೂ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಹೂ ಆರ್ ಯು?
ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ,
ನನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್.
ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಬೂದಿನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಕೊನೆಗೆ
ಬೂದಿನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ, ಯಾ, ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಪಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಬಾಡಿ, ದೆನ್ ಅಪಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಬೂದಿ, ದೆನ್ ಅಪಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಆಸ್ ವಾಟರ್, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ಇದು ಅಂತ. ಬಟ್ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಏನು ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ
alone remains.
Okay, so next I think we will not go to verse 10. About verse 9 ಇದೇನಿತ್ತು, ಕರ್ಮಜ ಸಂಬಂಧ. ಸೊ ಭ್ರಾಂತಿಜ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ ಜಯಶ್ರೀ? ಭ್ರಾಂತಿಜನ್ಯ ಅಲ್ವಾ? The name ಭ್ರಾಂತಿಜನ್ಯ. Can anybody tell Indraji or Anupamaji or even Rajniji?
Grantha is due to illusion, not knowing who am I. That is the cause of everything.
No,
Because
what is the
know
Janya Sambandha which Guruji mentions in the talk? The 3 types of Sambandha he talks, na? Okay, I think Indraji was going through the talk in the previous session.
Yes.
Yeah, Karmaja Sambandha I can remember. Bhranti Janma Sambandha I don't remember exactly. Karmaja Sambandha and the other one is
Sahaja Sambandha.
Sahaja Sambandha is the connection between Ahankara and Chidabhasa. And Jiva and Deha Sambandha is Karmaja Sambandha, and Jiva and Sakshi has no Sambandha. So this
Jiva and Sakshi has no Sambandha at all.
At all.
Yes. Sakshi is Sakshi always. The moment it is reflected on the mind, it assumes itself as Chidabhasa. So in that sense also, when we try to understand even a logical explanation, Sakshi is always a Sakshi only. So illi Chidabhasa with the mind identification yenide, the teaching is given to that. Sakshi is always Sakshi only. So Chidabhasa will understand that I am not this Chidabhasa who has identified the mind or body. I am the Sakshi. So Sakshi actually sambandhane illa. But ide anno tara, because the Jiva in its ignorance says, okay, you explain, you only explain, no. Nane deha, nane chaitanya anta helodu adella. Nane Sakshi anta helodu.
Yeah, due to Abdhana, we think
due to Atmana.
So
Chidabhasake teaching kododu illi, Sakshige illi sambandha ilve illa, but Bhranti, illusion. Illusion, because of the illusory knowledge, adike Bhranti janya sambandha anta the one term is used. In some talk, I think it's maybe 21 or 22. I'm not very sure. But the previous week, whatever talks Purnimaji shared for listening, if you can listen to that once again, I think you will have more clarity, Jayashriji, from Guruji's
yes, I'll
words
try.
when you listen
I'll
to
go
that.
back to 19 and 20. I'll go back to earlier this one.
Earlier 5 talks, I think she shared, no?
Yeah.
So, adagatte. So, Anupamaji, what do you want to say?
Brantija Sambandha was what just we were discussing about wood charcoal. That is Brantija Sambandha.
Huh? Wood?
Charcoal.
All
those are illusion. No, wet charcoal, dry charcoal. That is what is Brantija Sambandha.
Yeah.
No, ma'am, that is not illusion. That is actually.
Yeah, you are talking about the ultimate.
I feel
even
that
in
is
our one more AVSC session.
No, that is concept.
In our one more AVSC session, we talk all this. No, then it is like illusion, kalpana. It is like Narayana is dreaming. Kalpana, he is dreaming. Otherwise, nothing is there. So one person always says that. Then I say, okay, then we know no need to do any class if you come to that ultimate. But we need to go through all this, no, to come there. So let us do it.
Yes.
Every now and then that unlearning has to happen.
Yeah. Very nice, very nice. But that understanding is there at the back, anta again and again. We need to awaken ourselves, give a tap, echarsadu antivalla hange, give a tap. Come on, because unconscious behavior se tumba irutte. All that comes from subconscious and unconscious mind alva. So consciously we are trying to get this knowledge. Then Shravana Manana Nididhyasadalli it will go inside. Chanagi store agutte. Yeah, Narsimurthy was telling something.
Ma'am, actually, this like the Advaita, how it is, I mean, Atma Vichara, how it is being expressed. It is expressed like it is a progress from known to the non-knowable. From known
to the unknowable.
Non-knowable, I mean, perceptionally not knowable.
Yes.
So we are progressing from known things, known entities, known objects towards unknowable, non-knowable. So for which we need a concept. So from that point of view, from that perspective, these are the concepts. Advaita as a whole, like with my limited ABCD understanding of Advaita, is also kind of concept. Once that becomes part of my blood, once that I see as my experience in my blood, blood may not be the right word, I don't know what word to use. Once it becomes part of
wisdom, then it becomes wisdom. From knowledge to wisdom, it becomes.
In Antakarana.
Yes. So this, what is that?
Blood is also again a concept.
Yeah. The moment we start speaking about it, it will end up with concept only. So we are doing it in 2 steps. We are doing it is not me, not me. I'll end up with that invisible, which cannot be perceived through perception, mind, all that. Then what is there? What is the Adhisthana behind me? Is Adhisthana behind all of you? Adhisthana behind the whole earth, entire universe. So finally, these words will go to silence, That alone remains.
True. Correct.
And it is not an experience also. It is not an experience also. Okay.
Beyond.
It is not, I would say, ma'am, I would say it cannot be a stored experience generated out of the content stored in the mind.
Correct.
We have two types of experiences, right? The experience which is point in time, right now, which is happening. The experience and the sadness that I had some time back, the anger I had, the anger that rises when I see that person which I don't like. These are all smarana based experiences.
Memory base. Yeah, he went on mute. Okay.
The other one, I think it is anubhava, experience is anubhava, right? The other thing which is not coming from sparana, is that called anubhava, ma'am?
Yeah, apperception anta ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ವಾ, ಅಪರೋಕ್ಷಾನುಭೂತಿ.
What
That is why
Guruji
they don't use the term experience or anubhava.
Yes.
Anubhuti ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ.
Yes.
So when you mentioned the word sadness, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why there is sorrow or misery? And how does this study of Drk-Drsya Viveka help us to overcome that? Question open to all.
When we identify any event, any person with me, which is the small I, it is bound to give me pain or whatever it is. Easier said than done. But when I come to the realization, when it becomes a wisdom with me that I am not the body, I am the Sakshi, then there is then the identification itself with the body itself is gone. Then if it is not me, then who is connected to me? There is no connection with me as well. So, which is a wisdom, and that is it. That's
Very
the
good.
difference.
Very nice. Very nice. We start with this only actually. When we come to Guruji also, we start with this thing, because until then, whatever is happening to me and my, I, me. So this Drk-Drsya Viveka, how does it help? Andre, there is that we apply Viveka and that separation. We apply moment to moment as much as possible, consciously, trying to be in awareness. So that will definitely help. Any other inputs to this?
Can you repeat the question, Satyaji, once again?
Why there is sorrow or sadness, and how does this Drk-Drsya Viveka, study of Drk-Drsya Viveka, help us to overcome that? Anta heli.
Okay. Once we see something, we are able to see or feel, or that is not us. We should remember that in every moment. Whatever we can see or whatever we can feel, it is not me.
Correct.
It
Moment to moment.
Moment to moment. If we realize that, we should make it a point to realize.
Yes.
It's not me.
But ಆಮೇಲೆ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಬಂದ ಮೇಲೆ now we are telling moment to moment. Moment ಇದೆ, moment is in the timeline. ಅದು ಇರಲ್ಲ. But until that point, we say moment to moment.
No, that moment to moment, ma'am, I have a problem in moment to moment.
ಅದೇ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡೆ, ಏನ್ moment ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡೆ.
ಅಲ್ಲ, moment to moment ಅಂದ್ರೆ we are trying to connect this point in time thought with the thought that is going to arise sometime later. These thoughts cannot be connected.
Correct. Each thought is different.
Yes, each thought is an independent entity, but it has its own world altogether.
Correct.
So if we try to stitch these thoughts together, it is practically impossible. That's the reason people say thoughts cannot be controlled.
Correct.
So in the, okay, that is what I wanted to.
Correct. So instead of using moment to moment, we can say in all our transactions.
Especially in Drk-Drsya Viveka case,
Hmm.
Drk-Drsya Viveka, as I understand from Guruji's explanation and also the explanation given for this, is that it helps us to objectify. All this while we were thinking them as ourselves, subject. And Drishya Viveka helps us to objectify that. The moment there is a separation, there is a gap, logical gap between me and the my objects. So the very good analogy I was trying to find out for this was, once I went along with my wife to KR market to buy flowers during Varamahalakshmi festival. So you just go near the market and you will be taken to the end of the market. You need not put any effort there. They will literally drag you. You need not put any effort. So similarly, when the flood of thoughts that happens in our mind, when I get identified with, when I myself is one with that thought. So that goes, then next thought comes, that is also me, that is also me, next one is also me. So where is the question of recovery? In computer science terminology, it is called stack overflow.
ಏನೋ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನಮಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ನೀವ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಹೋದಾಗ ನೀವು ನಡೆಯೋದ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು I would like to put it this way. At the moment we come to Guruji with Shraddha, faith and devotion, bhakti, ನಾವು ಮಾಡೋದೇನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. The Guru will take us or lead us.
Yes, very true.
ಅಲ್ವಾ?
Actually,
ನೀವು ಅದ್ ಹೇಳಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಂಗೆ ಅದೇ ಅನ್ಸಿದ್ದು.
ಇಲ್ಲ, ನನಗೆ initially, I want to put it direct, ma'am. I had this problem. People generally say, you should have Shraddha and Bhakti for the Guru. Correct? Fine. Why? I had this question. This was the strongest question I ever had. Because the kind of ego I had, I don't know. That was very furious. I don't know.
But all that has happened only for you to be here now.
Ma'am, but the question is, what I found was, experientially what I found was, without that faith and this Shraddha and Bhakti, Shraddha is pure trust and pure love with Guru, it will not be, my mind was not flexible at all. It was told something and it was perceiving something else. It was receiving something else.
Okay.
So what I found myself was, this is the thing. So when I started surrendering to Guru, Prabhuji, then even now I cannot say I am receiving 100% of what he is saying. I am able to receive some part of it.
Yeah.
That itself is a very huge thing for me.
Things start flowing the way it has to be. Today morning also Guruji was talking about how the Nani's wisdom eyes, about that he was talking. Very beautiful talk. I think just now Gayatri has uploaded.
Oh, okay.
Please listen to that. Very nice. The grace of the Guru. How does Nani see his Shishyas? Tumba ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Very nice.
Okay.
Very nice. And thank you, Narsimurthy ji. Jayashri, you wanted to say something about that, why there is a sorrow, and Rajni ji and Indra ji gave quotes.
See, I mean, as you said, by deconditioning using Drk-Drsya Viveka, always, to whom is this sadness happening? To whom is this disease come? To me, to my body, to my mind. I am not that. I am not that. Who am I? So go back. So who is the one who's watching this? Who's experiencing it? I am not that. So by Neti, come to the understanding and Gnana. This is how Drk-Drsya Viveka helps us in overcoming. I can't use objectify, subjectify, everything.
And have we all been have we all been able to do this like applying this discrimination and trying to do that? Let us
Yes.
say yes. Let us not give
Yes.
any percentage. See, it is just a swadhyaya, as Guruji says, that swadhyaya diary. Let us just put a test or scale to ourselves and let us be happy with the progress and keep moving ahead. Definitely we are all applying. Definitely we
Yes.
are on the progress only. Alva? Because
Houdu.
the grace is there. The grace is actually overflowing. That's why we are all able to always listen to the talks, do this Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. ಅಷ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು. That is ಅದೇ devotion, Shraddha, Bhakti. ಅಷ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಖಂಡಿತ we are on the track.
Yeah. Shraddha in Vedavakya, Shraddha in scriptures.
One more last question.
Shraddha in
I think, yeah. Yeah,
which
somebody
will
was
carry
trying to
us
say something.
with Gnana.
So in this Drk-Drsya Viveka, I think in the beginning, few talks, even though it has come in the beginning, it's something we need to always remember it, like throughout the DDV journey, like we need to recollect this and remember again and again. So Guruji talks about this seer and the seen. He gives some 3 points about this seer and the seen. Maybe we can say the nature of seer and the seen, or the relation between seer and the seen. Can somebody remember and give those 3 points? It's very important. That is the basic, like how do we discriminate the seer and the seen? Like Jaishriji ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದಾಗೆ ನಾವು ನೀತಿ ನೇತಿ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಇದೆಲ್ಲನೋ, and ನರಸಿಂಹಮೂರ್ತಿನೋ objectify ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. See, the moment we objectify this form as a body, I can separate this from me. That me is the bigger me ಅನ್ನೋ ಥರ. That separation ಆಗೋದು objectify ಮಾಡ್ದಾಗ್ಲೆ. So, seer and seen a main point or the main essence in this Drk-Drsya Viveka alva. So, seer and seen ಬಗ್ಗೆ 3 points ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. 3 points about the relation.
Yeah. The seer can never become seen. The seen can never take the place of the seer. And
Correct.
the third point is 2 points. Seen can never become the seer, the real seer. There is one more point.
Where anybody else can add. Very good memory also.
Yeah, no.
One-to-many relation.
Huh?
One-to-many relation.
ಅದೇ,
Seen can be many. The seen can be many, whereas seer is only one.
Only one. ಇನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, at a time in one given experience, seer and seen cannot be the same.
Their places.
Cannot be the same.
Cannot be the same.
One. Actually, there we can go on adding many more. Mainly 3 ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ರು. So ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದು ಸೇರಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, the seer cannot see itself. Seer can only see the scene. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಸಾಕ್ಷಿ is the only seer ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದೀವಿ. ಸಾಕ್ಷಿ is seeing, there is ಸಾಕ್ಷ್ಯಂ, but ಇದು ಒಂದು ಲೆವೆಲ್. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ we are still at that level. ಬಟ್ ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದನೂ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸೆಂಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ when we talk about Brahman, ಅವನ್ ತನ್ನನ್ ತಾನು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳಕ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ತನ್ನನ್ ತಾನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳಕ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಲ್ಪನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಇದು ಸೃಷ್ಟಿ ಆಯ್ತು, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂತು ಅಂತ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಾಗ seer is all by itself or himself, whatever we want to put it. So seer ತನ್ನನ್ ತಾನು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. And a very good or beautiful example for that ಅಂದ್ರೆ, when we are considering eyes as the seer, eyes cannot see themselves. They need a mirror or one object in the front to view them. And Guruji also gives the example of the space full dark irutte, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಬರೋವರೆಗೂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೇನೂ ಕಾಣೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. So seer alone is, in capital I capital S, is ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
Is chitta. No, existence.
ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಟ್ ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್ ಮಾಡೋವರೆಗೂ ಸಾಕ್ಷಿ ಅಂತ ಅಂದಾಗ ಸಾಕ್ಷ್ಯಂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಕಲಿತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಲಿಯಕ್ಕೆ ಏನೂ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ವಿ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಗಿವ್ ಎನಿ ಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲನೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಆಲ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಯು ಅಗ್ರಿ?
Correct.
ಎಸ್ ಅನುಪಮಾ ಜಿ. to add on any valuable point at the end?
I have a question.
Yes, Rajani
Is
ji.
there any difference between Sakshi and Chidabhasa?
Break aitu.
Hello? Is there
Yeah,
any
yeah.
difference between Sakshi and Chidabhasa?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sakshi is
Chidabhasa is
nowhere
reflected
connected to
consciousness.
Chidabhasa.
No, but the Sakshi itself, actually, if it is the reflecting surface, the consciousness reflects on the reflecting surface, and that becomes a Chidabhasa.
Yes.
So, if we consider ourselves, so the Chidabhasa is the result of the Sakshi.
Yeah, if you ask that question, that actually again it is an illusion that there is a what is that relation? Like Sakshi or the Chaitanya, upon reflection, that reflection is called as reflected consciousness, Chidabhasa, but it identifies with the mind and it is no more Sakshi. I mean, no more Sakshi means that knowledge is not there, that I am the Sakshi. So that is also, we cannot say that there is a relation, but due to that error, that is the error which occurs due to which the body, mind, the functioning go, this, all this is what we can say born.
Aropa. This is aropa which happens.
So we cannot say there is no relation. Just like that Brantija or Brantijanya, this also can be put it. See, with Jiva and Sakshi, there is no relation. Same way, Chidabhasa has forgotten its original consciousness or nature. So how best we can put it? How best, like the relation between Chidabhasa and Sakshi, it has forgotten its original nature. But how can we say there is a relation?
Because if the ignorance is removed, then we are back to the Sakshi.
Yeah, only for a realized soul, there is no difference between Sakshi and Chidabhasa. For the rest of us, there is a difference between Sakshi and Chidabhasa.
So when we say Chidabhasa, what is the relation? Chidabhasa is Sakshi only, but has forgotten its true nature. Can we put it that way?
It is from Prapancha Drishti. It is from Prapancha Drishti, not from the Sakshi Drishti. Chidabhasa is from Prapancha Drishti because associating with the mind. That is what is
correct.
In the talk 20.
For understanding purpose. Chidabhasa is Sakshi only who has forgotten the real nature. But for the Sakshi point, no. Chidabhasa doesn't exist. Correct?
Correct.
May I add one more point, ma'am?
Yes.
So, Chidabhasa concept is also, is it to demonstrate Chittan Jada? I mean, Jivas and Jada, not exactly Chittan Jada.
Jivas to demonstrate to whom?
For the for the mumukshus. Otherwise,
see, that way everything becomes a concept only, no? For understanding purpose, for teaching purpose, for explanation purpose, analogies, logical reasonings, everything concept only.
Yes.
Everything. See, names, terms used, everything.
Yes. No, this.
How it has come? Shrutis and Smritis.
Yeah. Jada doesn't have sensory organs. So, since they don't have sensory organs, there is no reflecting media.
Correct.
So, in case of Jivas, we have sensory organs. So, attached to that, there is a reflecting media.
So, you become a Jiva only when Chidabhasa associates with the mind. Otherwise, Jiva doesn't exist at all.
Correct.
That is the reflecting media I was mentioning.
To make us understand only. Correct. Concept tara kotta irodu to make us understand. Sentient. Correct. So can we end? Any other questions?
No, I have one question related to that Bhantijanya. So, how did it arise, Bhranti? How did it arise in the first place? I think Prabhuji has beautifully put it across in one of the videos. No, what he said was, Anadi is one way of expressing it. He has put it. He has put it beautifully. Like, if you look backward, if you are looking frontward through your sensory perceptions, I mean, mind forward-looking is world. You look from the mind to beneath or backward. Is the other world. So, if I look at my own life so far, I never even know that there is something like this. So I need to look back. That sense itself was not there. So obviously, Anadi Bhranti should certainly be there. This is what I feel.
Correct.
So, because the mind and sensory, we live mostly, I would like to say, I lived in mostly sense gratification. Yeah, sense gratification and the stored emotion replay.
Yeah. All of us, so, yeah, we can say.
Yeah, there was no possibility for me to cross this Lakshman Rekha to go behind mind.
Correct.
That Prabhuji has explained so beautifully in one of the videos. That was just a few seconds video.
Himbadi nodu.
Exactly, correct. Ade.
But about this Ajnana or ignorance also, for me personally, to know that I have or I had Ajnana, ಅದೇ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದೆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಅಜ್ಞಾನ. ಅಜ್ಞಾನ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದೇ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರೋದೇ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಅಜ್ಞಾನ.
ಹೌದು,
ಅದನ್ನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಆದ್ವಿ. ಆ ಸಾಕ್ಷಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಜ್ಞಾನ ಇದೆ ನಿನಗೆ ಅಂತ ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಅಜ್ಞಾನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತು ನಂಗೆ. ಸೊ ನಿಂಗೆ ಅಜ್ಞಾನ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಹೌದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಒಪ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಿದೆಯಲ್ವಾ, ಅದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್.
ಹೌದು,
ಇನ್ಫಿನಿಟ್ ಲೂಪ್ ನ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ
ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆವಾಗ ಒಂದೊಂದೇ ವಿ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಈಚ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್, ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಓ, ಇಷ್ಟು ಅಜ್ಞಾನ ಇತ್ತು. ದೆನ್ ಗುರುಜಿ ಸೇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್, ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ ಯು, ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಲಿಸ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಮೀ, ಯು ಆರ್ ಎನ್ಲೈಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಗೋ. ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಅದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಎಂಡ್ ವಿತ್ ದಟ್ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಗುರುಜಿ's grace words. ಸೊ ಕ್ಲೋಸಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡಿ ಜಯಶ್ರೀ.
ಇನ್ಯಾರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಾ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡೆ.
ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಅನುಪಮ? Or Rajni ji? Rajni ji, can you say? Anupama. Okay, Anupama is saying.
Asatoma sadgamaya tamasoma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Nanu ನಾನೆನ್ಬದು ನಾನಲ್ಲ, ಇದ್ದೇಹ ಮನಬುದ್ಧಿ ನಾನಲ್ಲ, ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾನಂದಾತ್ಮ ಶಿವನಾನುಂ ನಾನೇ, ಶಿವೋಹಂ ಶಿವೋಹಂ. ಆತ್ಮದರ್ಶನಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮದರ್ಶನಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮದರ್ಶನಂ ಸತ್ಯದರ್ಶನಂ. ಅಂತರ್ಜ್ಯೋತಿಃ ಬಹಿರ್ಜ್ಯೋತಿಃ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಜ್ಯೋತಿಃ ಪರಾತ್ಪರಃ ಜ್ಯೋತಿರೇವ ಜ್ಯೋತಿಃ ಸ್ವಯಂ ಜ್ಯೋತಿಃ ಆತ್ಮಜ್ಯೋತಿಃ ಶಿವೋಸ್ಮ್ಯಹಂ. ಲೋಕಾಃ ಸಮಸ್ತಾಃ ಸುಖಿನೋ ಭವಂತು. ಲೋಕಾಃ ಸಮಸ್ತಾಃ ಸುಖಿನೋ ಭವಂತು. ಲೋಕಾಃ ಸಮಸ್ತಾಃ ಸುಖಿನೋ ಭವಂತು. ಹರಿ ಓಂ. ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ಹರಿ ಓಂ.